Hey everybody, welcome to Right Side Pride podcast. It is September 11th, 2025. Somber day in America for multiple reasons today, I think. Number one, the anniversary of 2001, which it's hard to believe it's been 24 years since that day. Crazy day for, back in 2001. Just so much uncertainty, unknown. And one of the things, oh, sorry, I'm the host, Hector. Forgot to do all that. This is Angela, the lovely co-host that we have here each and every episode. Um, but no, a little bit about, I think, what we could maybe learned from September 12th of 2001 and something that hasn't been around since probably, I would say, a week after, September 12th and things got back to normal, or September 11th, the week after September 11th, things I felt were we were a unified country. Everybody was, there was a lot of bit of anger and, but it wasn't towards each other. It was towards something we didn't know. We didn't know who the anger was to, but we knew it wasn't towards each other. And now it's just like everybody in this country, if you're on the right, you hate the left. If you're on the left, you hate the right. And you see in the events yesterday that you can't even have an opinion without having a consequence. And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
very
it's horrible.
the the very freedom of speech is literally what got that man killed yesterday. And
Well,
and
and the blame lies solely on the person who pulled the trigger.
mhm,
Nobody else.
absolutely. And
I,
I hope
I,
they find.
they're tracking this person down. They found a rifle they believe was involved. They've got palm prints. They've got video of this person. They'll find him. Whoever it is. I will say that when you say that his freedom of speech is what got him killed, I think it's not so much the freedom of speech. I think it's the it's it's these people who believe that words are violence,
Mhm.
and to combat violence you use violence, which I get that part. You got to defend yourself, but these frickin' people who started with this, we saw it on the left coming up, uh, 20, probably 2010, 2011. Words are violence. You can't say that. That's violent. Um, so now you've got people who were in their teens or younger, all of a sudden, 20, 25. It's okay to fight violence with violence. Well, words are violent. We were told that. So I'm doing a good thing by pushing over someone's placard that says something I don't agree with, or
Right.
and I don't care what side you're on. If you're using violence because words upset you, well, tough shit. Grow up. And
One of the
these people
things
are
that
empowered by the people who push this. I apologize if I drop some f bombs, but this really pisses me off. Um, they get empowered by these people who are elected officials, who are community leaders, who are people on social media, who tell them, we've got to fight them. We've got to fight these people. Don't let them have a minute of peace. We've got to keep pushing. You find them in the street, you find them in a restaurant, you go up to them and you yell at them and you get in their face and you don't let them have a minute of peace. The Maxine Waters, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the Boberts, the Greens, the Schumers, the Clintons, all these pieces of shit that are out there encouraging people to do this. The Jasmine Crockett's, the AOC's,
Gavin Newsom recently
Gavin
with
Newsoms,
his wanting to punch Republican or whatever,
Joe Tato, that freaking potato we had in the White House prior to Trump. I'll take him out behind the back of the barn and like, dude, all you're going to do is drool. But it's these people who encourage this stuff, knowing full well they're not going to get affected by it. But what it does is it riles up their people, their masses, and they're being victimized. So go out and stop being a victim. Go after your oppressor. They're encouraged to do this crap. And the people who are the mouthpieces for these people, they're sitting back fat, dumb, and happy watching these things happen. And then when something violent happens, they're going to say, oh, well, violence is never the answer, blah, blah. Bullshit. You wanted that. You encouraged that. You push these people to do stuff like that. And I'm talking specifically about what happened yesterday and to Charlie Kirk and any other time it's happened, not just to him, to anybody that it's happened to. I saw a video. So I've got some people that they send me videos because they know I don't go on social media on September 11th. But they send me videos and I watch them and they sicken me. These people being happy and laughing and about Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. And I saw this one, I forget where it was, but some freaking ass clown at some university sat in front of the student body on campus and put up how Charlie used to have the folding chair and the folding tables and said, change, blah, 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 change my mind. Well, this ass clown shows up and he's got Charlie Kirk deserved it on this placard. And, it was at University of Nebraska. And students had nothing. They said, no, enough. They picked this guy up and they tossed him and his bullshit into the fountain. And they were taunting him. I saw another one, some guy on not a moped, a scooter going through last night. I think it was in New York. He was going through a crowd of people who were having a prayer vigil for Charlie's soul and his family. And he came through yelling, F Charlie Kirk, F Charlie Kirk, he deserved it, blah, blah, blah. And they beat his ass. I don't condone that. I understand it. You're going into a crowd on purpose that they've got this raw nerve, they're hurting, and you taunt them about it. That's no different than a Nancy Pelosi or a Maxine Waters or a Fishmouth Bass in LA saying, we've got to fight these people. Okay. You don't do that. You want peace, then call for peace and mean it. Not this BLM bullcrap that started years ago as well with this show of wearing the African colors and kneeling down. I'm sorry, fuck you. You mean nothing. That means nothing to you. It's a show. You're just trying to get these people riled up. And when I say these people, I mean they're the people they've been victimizing by telling them they're victims for years. Sorry, September 11th is hard.
No,
yesterday was hard.
And I want to take it back a week ago with the stabbing of the Ukrainian girl, you know, and I'm sure you saw the video, but just the fact, right when it happened, she begins crying, and she knew what was going to happen, you know, and not one person around did anything. And like, who are we as a country or a society that that stuff is normalized? No,
Yeah.
but part of it is because if you take it back, and I forget the year, but the Marine that beat the hell out of that guy in New
Oh,
York
yeah. In New York on the subway,
because he was
it was crazy.
approaching people, and you don't know what was going to happen. But that's bad in the eyes of, you
Yeah,
know,
he was
the
defending people.
he's defending people and he's wrong. But yeah, this black guy stabbed the Ukrainian refugee and nobody does a damn thing.
Well, where are all those
And
people that had those Ukrainian flags on their social media and saying, "Oh, they're Ukrainians are victims." Well, here's a victim from
I, I,
Ukraine.
I saw a photo of, and I didn't look deep into it, and investigate any of it, but allegedly it was, the young lady that was stabbed in her house, and there was a picture of her door, and on the door it was written Black Lives Matter. And it's sickening that,
Well,
if that was the case,
and going
the
deeper
person who
into
took
that,
her.
going in deeper into that, this clown's mother is saying he was let down. He's a victim. He was let down by the justice system. No, I don't believe that. He was let down by behavioral health.
can,
He was
can I
let down
ask
by his
one
doctors,
one
and
question? If and I don't know if you know the answer or not, but has his father come out and said anything?
no clue.
Or can I
No
ask
clue.
this question and take it the step that I'm really getting into? Did he know who his father was?
No
Was
clue.
his father in the
No clue.
picture?
No clue. His mother says he has mental health issues. While in the system, those 14, 15 arrests that he had, he was released by this judge in North Carolina who owns, between her and her wife, they own a rehab center, behavioral health center. He was released into that program. It's a private business. They own it. They contract with the county, I guess, or the state or whoever. They own it. He was released to their custody by one of the owners of this business. Whether his father was in the picture or not, I have no clue. I think that's a big problem. But
And that's one of the things that
that's no excuse.
no, no, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for it. I'm saying that's one of the things that Charlie Kirk was always bringing up as well, was, having that family, not mom raising kids, not a single dad raising kids, having that it takes a village, and that's one of the things that he was advocating for. He did advocate for, but he's a bad guy. He was the
Yeah.
bad guy.
For
He
pointing
was
it
he
out.
was right. He was obviously racist for saying that, overwhelmingly the black community has more single parent
Single mother,
families or
single
single
mother.
mothers, honestly. But that facts are facts.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And if you're racist for stating facts, then I mean, it's just mind numbing that
It's just
there's
I apologize. People are trying to get a hold of me for something.
But I think that, a lot of the things that he advocated for, and now there's a lot of things that are coming out. People kind of twisting words or just taking snippets of what are said, which is what they do, everybody does it. We've all done it. Um, and it's sickening.
Yeah.
It's sickening that they want to twist words, and he's, for example, I saw an interview with AOC that happened either today or late yesterday, and they asked, do you do you play any part in the the violence that's going on?
Someone asked her
With,
that.
yes, do you have any part in the violence that's going on with your rhetoric, constantly calling people Nazis? And of
Right.
course she deflects to, well, there's, you know Trump's done this and this
Trump.
person's done that. And, you know, at some point, every single one of these people, I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, they need to take responsibility for their own actions and their own words in DC. Trump is just guilty of it in saying, stupid crap, and getting his base riled up. He's just as
Right.
guilty as the Maxine Waters and everybody else, and they all need to take a step back and realize that their words are causing this country to, in my
They're
opinion, get extremely close to a civil war.
they're doing this. They're pushing people apart instead of doing this, where
Yes.
they should be bringing them together.
And
I'm not a big fan of John Fetterman out of
mhm,
Pennsylvania, senator from there, the Uncle Fester. But I one thing I do admire or I do like about him is he speaks his mind. Now, if his mind is healthy, I have no clue. But um, he speaks his mind. If he doesn't agree with it, he doesn't agree with it, and he'll tell you. If he likes it, he tells you. He's not interested in Democrat, Republican. He's interested in I want to do what's right.
and I think that if more of the country was that way, it would go a lot further. And just kind of in wrapping up here, everybody from, you and I through the president needs to stop it, stop the hate, stop the back and forth bickering, and
Yeah,
realize that it's ripping the country apart at the seams.
yeah,
And it's got to happen sooner than later, or it's going to be too late.
yeah. I agree.
Um, Sorry for the short podcast today. It's again, it's a day that's really somber for a lot of reasons, and we'll be back, soon with, or so, with some more lively stuff, and hopefully we can have another good guest soon. But we definitely appreciate you all taking time out of your day to watch the podcast. And again, we're open to any ideas that you all have, that you
Just
want to
get a
talk about.
message to us, email. If you know us, call us, text us.
Yeah, text us, send smoke signals, carrier pigeons. We'll answer to all of that. But again, you never know when something like this is going to happen, when something tragic is going to happen. Keep your people close, and
Tell them you love them.
you know,
If
make,
you're a prayer, pray for your family. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Pray for his soul. Pray for your family. Pray for this country. Um, and if you're not a praying person, then do something positive for it as well. Even if you
yeah.
pray, do something positive as well. Like go out and help somebody.
And at the end of the day, I think the three words that you always wrap up with is the best way to wrap this whole thing up.
Be good humans.